fantastic. I'll talk a little bit more about that later. But it kind of was capturing the spirit of Leo all round. Now, we are not certainly without our challenges, and there's certainly lots of difficulties out there, but the business has also a real sense of momentum, and there's a real sense of tipping point going on at the minute for me, where we're sort of going more and more places. And when we look at the sales analysis that we do, we are seeing more and more places that we haven't heard of before coming on board. We've got business now building in different countries in Scandinavia. We have business in Turkey. We have new markets in the Middle East engaged. We have new markets in Africa. There's business consolidating throughout Asia Pacific. We have lots of things going on in South Asia. We have things going on in South America, Caribbean, Central America, and in North America as well. So there's a real sense of bated breath of something that's going to happen and something that's going to explode. And I think there's a lot of reasons for that. But one of the reasons for me is that we're 5 years into this business, and we started this business in 2012, and we're now 2017. We'll celebrate our 6th birthday when we get to Mauritius next year, and we kind of have stood the test of time despite all the challenges for a startup business that we go through, the same as a startup distributorship or a membership would face many different things. Over time it consolidates and you get stability in place, and that is nice. So today we're going to talk about recognition. We're going to talk about our new digital market service, the news, events, carnival, timeline. And without further ado, I want to give recognition to Jean-Michel Sidem. He is the larger-than-life character that, together with Veronique and the other leaders, has really put the world of the Francophone business on the Lyon map. And he works with his people, and everywhere I go, latest in Reunion, I meet people that he is supporting and helping, and people that speak so well about him. So for him to be one of our newest directors, it was absolutely fantastic, and I am so proud of Jean-Michel and to be in business with him. And he has a favorite expression called beam, and that's because he talks about vision. He talks about biggest in my mind, and in my mind, Jean-Michel is one of our biggest leaders, and I'm so proud of you, Jean-Michel. I'm sure you're on the call, and good job you. Now I also know that he's got huge momentum in his business, and he is tracking now how quickly he can go to marketing director. So I know that's going to happen well before Mauritius. So we have a leader of leaders in Jean-Michel. We also have 3 new people in our Chinese speaking community. Xiangfang Lai, who's gone director, and this is of course someone that we've met many times on some of the recent marketing campaigns that we've been doing. Again, fantastic character, not a bodybuilder, not a weightlifter, as you can see, but a very, very good man, and again, very, very powerful and strong in his own right. We have, in addition to him, we have Yi Xing Liu, and this lady is again a leader who looks after her people, who develops a business and drives business forward. So congratulations to these 2. And we have a new marketing director, which is again a Chinese speaking community person from Shunfu Han. And again, this is another leader that I've met at many of our events and a great congratulations to you, because going from director to marketing director is another leap forward, where you have to have real strength in your business. You have to have turnover, significant revenues, and have strong product sales. So congratulations to Shun Fu Han as well. Now, obviously, for each of these top positions, there are countless executives and senior executives and coordinators and senior associates and platinums that are broken. And of course, on this call, we don't have the ability to recognize everyone, because we would be here for over an hour just doing that. But as you can see, there's a real momentum. And this week, with the conclusion of the Mauritius qualification and that sales momentum in the lastminute.com environment, very strong sales happening, and very great momentum, and more pins being broken this week. So next week's webinar will be full of new faces as well, and we'll try to do something special for the recognition next week, where we cast the net a bit wider. But what is good to see is how the business is moving forward, and one of the reasons why people are excited at the moment is this digital market service that we've launched. Now, this is an internal product only for members of bronze rank or higher, so this is not a public facing product. This is only for people who are in our community, because what we want to do and recognize is that we have created such a large community of people who are engaged with digital currencies, who see what Bitcoin is doing and Ethereum and the other digital currencies. So one of the things that happened over the years is that we have become experienced and skillful at this whole mining space. Now, we're not one of the top tier operators in this. There's some very significant operators mining Bitcoin and using ASIC machines and creating their own ASIC dedicated chips machines to mine, and there's mining farms in China and in Iceland and in North America that are absolutely huge. But what we have discovered is an opportunity to mine alternative currencies and then leverage those and get involved in that space where we can pick up very rich returns from mining coins that you and I would never have heard of, and then turning them into Bitcoin or Ethereum or indeed Leo coin later. And of course, the digital market space is growing in market cap. This year has been absolutely extraordinary, where it's gone from sort of $1,000 12 months ago to $6,000 this morning. I was just checking the price of Bitcoin. And of course, while Leo coin is fulfilling its destiny and holding its own, if you like, it's not been able to gain those grounds that Bitcoin has done, where Bitcoin has gone to $6,000 per one per Bitcoin. So what we wanted to offer to our members was an opportunity to participate in a program that we're developing here, where they can actually get a stake in that economy. So that means that you will participate for a 12-month period in the mining service that we create, and we will give you whatever you choose to have as your reward, be that Bitcoin or Ethereum or Leo coin. And this will be paid monthly at the end of each month. And so this is a service where you will get a digital asset. And we will choose how to do that, and we can't make any guarantees, we can't make any promises, but when we analyze out what has been possible to achieve over the last 90 days, we see a very attractive proposition. And if the digital currency market and market cap goes forward, who knows what the price of Bitcoin will be. There's pundits and experts out there that are talking about $25,000 per Bitcoin. There's people talking about even bigger sums of money than that. Who knows? We can't control the market, we can't control the ultimate outcome there, but if you think the same way that I do, that this has got a great future and is a great space for sort of a more speculative participation, this is something that's very attractive, and members are responding to this in kind. The members that want to play here and participate, it's going fantastically well, and it's a great value proposition all around, because people in Reunion this weekend, they were asking me, what about the price of Leo coin? When will the price of Leo coin go up? And I kind of turn the question around on them and say, well, you are the community in Leo coin, you are the participants in this digital currency. What are are you doing to drive the price up? The brute force response, the price of Leo coin goes up, will be determined directly by the size of the Leo coin community and therefore the Leo coin economy. There is no magic button, there is no slider where I can just arbitrarily set the price of Leo coin. The price of Leo coin follows supply and demand, and on the exchanges where Leo coin is listed, some of them have very little volume and some of them have much more significant volume. The greater the volume is determined by the number of participants that want to be participating in this. Therefore, if we build a bigger community, the economy will gain in value and the price of the coin will go up. That means that our approach to digital currency and our approach to Leo coin is not so much the technological. We've done a very, very good wallet. We have a very, very good coin now with the private communication and what have you. But what we have is the strategy of building the community using multi-level marketing metrics where we can build a larger and larger and larger community and therefore build greater demand for our coin and therefore build greater value for it. Now, as we go forward, the member base that we have now is very modest. As we go forward, that will increase, and we're seeing that happen all over the world. So we're getting so many new markets playing, so many new participants coming in, that there's a real sense of seed corn here that is going to build a very, very big tree. Now, the information available is all in your back offices, the full description of the service, terms and conditions, and explanatory videos and what have you. So educate you about this, because right at the moment we have to have very responsible marketing out there. We have to make sure that we sell this in the correct way to our members, that we don't exaggerate, we don't hype, we don't come up with bullshit. And in direct selling terms, money can never be the product, so we can never sell it on that basis. It's understanding the product positioning of this and understanding the limitations of what we should do and what we can't do. So you, as leaders and as representatives spreading the word out there, you have to be responsible about the story. And if anyone around you is exaggerating or telling a story that is too large or is too scary, then your duty is to make sure that you educate them so that they keep it clean, so that we don't have this hanky-panky nonsense business. We're monitoring our social media very, very closely now to make sure that people aren't making unsupported claims and exaggerating life out of it, because we don't want our service and our business model to look like these other scams that have been around. It's not what we're about. We're about entrepreneurship and responsible marketing, and I'll say no more about that. We also want to emphasize that the great thing that we're working on is to build a community that is engaged and passionate about digital currencies and this revolution. I was explaining in Reunion that mobile phones changed everything about communication. The internet changed everything about business and disrupted every single business out there, except maybe banking. The blockchain will disrupt banking and the monetary financial channels as well. And from my perspective, the blockchain technology and the developments going on there is the biggest revolution that my life will see. And that's where you have to build a community that is equally engaged to this, so that we then become this community of people that is larger than any other community out there in terms of digital currency and digital market. Starting with educating them about the wallet, the Leo coin wallet, and the fact that we can do private chat on it, that we have privacy mode on the wallet, that we have a very, very cool thing, and people have to engage with it and not know it as a theory. You need to download the wallet, you need to play with it, you need to explore it, you need to work with it, you need to understand it, so that you can educate other people about it. You need to get your team and your organizations equally engaged. So go to the Leo coin platform and upgrade if you haven't done that yet. Get hold of the wallets and start to use them, even if only in small ways, so that you understand what this is about. The way that we win this is to educate the masses about what this is about, and the best way is a hands-on experience. So we have made available for you all the tools, all of the guides, all of the knowledge is on the platforms, and get in there and get stuck in, so that you become an expert on this. In times of rapid technological change, there is no other way than to acquire knowledge. That's why LEO stands for learn, earn, own, and it starts with learn. If you are still a bit vague about cryptocurrencies, if you still don't quite understand how it works, get stuck in and become an expert. That's where the opportunity lies, is to know something and to have some knowledge and to learn first. The Leo coin proof of stake thing is another thing that people have to understand fully, because this is, if we expand our community from 300,000, 600,000 to 1 million, to 2 million, to 5 million people, the demand created from people wanting to have more coins to stake is what's going to drive the price of Leo coin up. So again, it's a virtuous circle that the more you educate people, the more you make people enthusiastic, the more you spread the word about this, that is what in itself is going to drive the price of Leo coin up. It's the community that's responsible for that. We create the central platform, we create the central offering, if you like, and we do that bit. The community building is you. The end. So, this is a part of the Chinese product positioning. These are the prices that we are doing for the Chinese market. We're just getting a little bit more clear on that. But the other thing that we've been very, very pleased to be able to do is add Union Pay as a payment for the Chinese market. This can be used for any website product, and for an interim period, for a launch period, we will actually charge no admin fee there, because it makes our payment processing much simpler than any other method. So very, very pleased to be able to give that to our Chinese speaking community. The other thing that is very, very cool is that again, making money monthly has picked up on an article where I'm talking about gold. One of the things that works extremely well as I'm out in the market speaking to people about Leo and Leo coin and education and entrepreneurship training is the difference between the volatility and excitement about digital currencies, say, and the stability and a safe bet for the future that is gold. See, I think that in business terms you should absolutely be willing to take risks. And you have to if you're going to be successful in business. But for your future, for you and your family, you need to also have a mind to security and not placing dodgy bets on different things, and not to invest more that you can lose and what have you. So you should put up a little saving strategy in your mind that you're going to acquire gold, because who knows where it's going. I mean, you've seen all the arguments that we presented on times of uncertainty and times of great change, that people like to go for security, and that's what gold is about. We're getting very, very close to launching the gold service now. We've had some great news just this last week, and so in the next couple of weeks we are going to be looking at launching the gold product, and that will change everything. Now, reunion, I mentioned to you several times, I flew out on Friday, I flew through the night, arrived at 6 o'clock in the morning on Saturday morning, spent Saturday and Sunday with our team over in Reunion. And Reunion, the first time I heard about it was, I didn't even know where it was and what it was, but it's a small island, part of France, really, French territory, in the middle of the Indian Ocean, quite close to Madagascar. And a year, 15 months ago, we started to hear about the Reunion, and all of us kind of were smiling, because it was so refreshing and charming to have this brand new market coming in that none of us knew anything about. And I started to joke and say, I'm going to have to go to Reunion. And this weekend, finally, I went there. And Gilles, the leader of the market, and Vincent and a few of the others have done a fantastic job of building the first pioneers team for Reunion in the Indian Ocean, and from there they have massive global expansion plans, and again it proves very clearly that it doesn't matter where in the world you live, doesn't matter how small your village, doesn't matter if you have neighbors or not have neighbors, we're all connected these days, and you can build your business with Leo anywhere. The idea of a global concept that then touches and thinks locally is very, very strong. So as the Reunion market goes forward, we will carry on supporting them, and I talked to them about doing a live seminar sometime in the new year, January, February. We're either going to send myself there again, and I would go with pleasure, because it's just such a great place and such great people. or we'll send Andy Hansen, or we'll send me here, or we'll send a French-speaking trainer. But we will support this market the same way we will support any market that does what Reunion has done. So we were going through the list of qualifiers for the carnival in Mauritius, and it's extraordinary, the countries and the breadth of people who are coming there, and how many different countries that we've not really heard of before are coming. We're carrying on with supporting our existing markets, so the China 30K tour is just around the corner. And me here and Andy are going to do this crazy tour of 12 events in 6 different locations, and me here is certainly trying to argue that this is even greater effort than the 888 tour that we did, but I disagree, because we did 8 locations in 8 days, and that was something. 12 events, 6 locations, 12 days. Yeah, it's a little bit like a holiday, really. But we're very pleased to be doing that, and ticket sales are now in full swing, and it's going to be an absolutely fantastic thing. Just as a special announcement for any of you that have Chinese-speaking members and people in China, we will be doing a lucky draw at each event where 3 winners will receive gold at the event. Leo Gold, that is part of the launch of our Leo Gold service. We also have 500 copies of the 888 Tour limited edition presentation book. What we did was we had a very, very good fella taking pictures as we were traveling around Serge in our office here, and we put together this book that I've only seen the electronic proof copy of, but it is fantastic. It's kind of done the way that the Chinese publishing industry creates these presentation books that would live in a place of pride on your coffee table, with photos from each cities and the leaders and the events and everything that we did. And it's a hard back copy, and there'll be a signed copy available for people on this tour. And that would be very, very cool to spread around. Andy's going to Sweden on the 9th of December. We couldn't make my diary work, so I apologize to all of my Swedish countrymen, but I can't make it this time, but we will make that happen in full time. But in the meanwhile, your consolation prize is even better and sexier than I am, because that is Andy Hansen. And of course, our schedules are really, really full. So we're already planning our January events, and the one that I want to bring to your attention is Cameroon again. I'm very excited to be going to Africa, because I have again a sense that Africa is going to play a big part in our business in 2018. We have new business everywhere, from South America to Middle America to North America, but there's something about Africa. I think Africa is ready for us, so put this in your diary and make sure that you have people there. Now, we have only 2 days left for the Mauritius incentive, and we only have 2 days left of the first tranche of Leo Banking. So this is the last opportunity that you have to do Leo Banking pre-shares, because we've kind of come to the stage where we now want to consolidate. And I'll talk more to you about that on the timeline. But that means that we have huge sales pressure on now, and people are rushing in to get their sales in before tomorrow, close of play, so that they can qualify for this. And we've got some latest qualifiers here from Shi Yizhang and Xu Junju and Liu Biangshen and Rongfang Zhao and Sui Wu and Xiao Song Li and Muhammad Runa and Tariq Mahmoud. Congratulations to all of you who qualified for Mauritius just in these last 7 days. There's more people coming through, and this is the first sellout event for Leo. You'll see that the numbers will change very, very dramatically over the next 48 hours. And so if you're anywhere close, just make it happen somehow. It'll be worth your while going there, because you're going to be working so hard that you're going to need 7 nights in paradise as your reward. So don't miss out on this, because the timeline going forward now is absolutely nuts. We are just launching now the digital market service. We have the 12-month gold pack coming very, very shortly. Leo Banking Stage 2 will conclude before the end of this year, and there'll be some major updates coming your way. Leo Banking Stage 3 will happen very quickly in Q1 2018, and then we're into Mauritius. While all of this is going on, we have this other Leo Day 7 project, which is the code name for something that is bigger than everything else we've ever done before. And this will take into account Leo Coin. It'll be not necessarily part of Leo Banking, but it'll be something based around the biggest transformation of our time, the biggest disruption of our time, which is the blockchain technology. And we have this project that we're doing that when you see it, you will not believe the scope of it. So that's all going on, and if you come to Mauritius, you need to be there, because that's when you will get the details of this. And until then, people are sworn to secrecy, NDAs have been signed, we can't talk about it. And it's kind of, in one way, it's nothing to do with Leo. On the other hand, it encapsulates everything that we've been doing here for the last 5 years. So very, very cool times to be the CEO of this company. Our digital market service is available through your back office. Use it to expand your net. The details of the gold savings will be coming shortly. Make sure that your emails are up to date. Check them so that you can get the information of this as it rolls out. Tomorrow is the last day to qualify for Mauritius, and just use what we have available. Use this call here every Monday. Use the other platforms. We have some major things coming on that, in the interest of time, we can never cover every Monday. But this Monday is the pulse beat for your business, and I'm very, very pleased to be back here after a couple of weeks of travel and not being able to be here. And I will be here again next Monday on the 6th of November. So you can tell that I'm a little bit breathless, because I am so excited about where Leo is now, because I think that all of our ships are coming home at once, and it's kind of just a very, very good time. So thank you for dealing with all the challenges. Thank you for your commitment. Thank you for your hard work, and I look forward to seeing what we can do together. So this is Dan Anderson in Oxford saying thank you very much for your commitment, and look forward to seeing you at the top and speak to you again next week.